Hey y'all, this is J. Paul with SERP Sonar. We're going to take a quick look at the ALLINTITLE search operator and some of the problems that it's been having. It's been having those problems for a few years now. If you're not sure what search operators are, they are sort of special commands or filters that you can apply when you do a search in Google. So in the case of the ALLINTITLE search operator, which you would run by simply putting the command in there, ALLINTITLE, and a colon, and you would put the keyword in, no space. And so if we do that, what you should get back is only results that have all of the words in your keyword or your search query. All of the words in any order should be in the title. So my keyword is what is SERP analysis. I should have what is SERP analysis in the title of this result. I should have what is SERP analysis, and I do in this case. What is SERP, and then the word analysis over here. So all the words are in the title. So these two titles, these two results, as examples, would match the ALLINTITLE query. This first result is not matching. Now, this first result is actually part of the featured snippet, so maybe we give them a pass. This problem, however, of not actually having all of the words from your keyword in the titles as is expected with the ALLINTITLE search operator, this is the main problem that we're going to look at. Now there was another problem as well, which I'd like to speak about briefly, which has to do with the number of results. Now, one of the main reasons folks use the ALLINTITLE search operator is as part of the keyword golden ratio keyword research method. So keyword golden ratio, or KGR as it's sometimes called, is a way to identify long tail keywords that have lower competition. Specifically, we use the ALLINTITLE as part of the process to identify the pages which are directly targeting the keyword. And so the logic goes that if the page has all of the words from your keyword in the title, then it is directly or nearly directly competing for that keyword. And so you're interested in identifying your competition for that keyword. Not the broad competition, but the direct competition that are specifically going after the keyword. And so the number that you want to take away from the ALLINTITLE search and then use in the keyword golden ratio formula, that number is this number here, the number of results. But for a long time now, for years actually, there was a separate problem with the ALLINTITLE search operator, which is that when you would do this, you would end up with a very large number at the top of the page here. So normally when you do a search in Google, you're used to seeing a number up here like 259,000 results or 8.27 million results. You know what I'm talking about. And so when you did an ALLINTITLE search, you would get a really big number like that. And what you would have to do is you'd have to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, and you would, now in this case, there is no second page, the way I've got my browser set up, but you would have to come down here and where it said, results page number 1, results page number 2, results page. When you did an ALLINTITLE search, you would often have maybe 3 or 4 results pages. And if you clicked on the last results page and then came back up to the top of that last results page, then you would see the so-called true number of ALLINTITLE results. I don't know what caused this bug, but obviously it wasn't very important to Google because, frankly, it was an issue for years. And so I guess that bug ticket sat on their backlog and finally an intern fixed it or something. Because only in the last month or so have I noticed that this problem doesn't appear to be happening anymore. So they fixed one of the two big problems with AllInTitle. But this was not really the big problem. The bigger issue is one that I will point to now, but then give a much more blatant examples of. So we already sort of got a clue of it, right? This title is not an AllInTitle match. Okay, if we scroll down a bit, here we go. Here's another one. Not an AllInTitle match. We go, okay, here's a great result, of course. I'm glad that SERP Sonar is in the results, but not an AllInTitle match, right? This shouldn't be in here. But then things start to go off the rail when you see things like, how to reduce website loading time in WordPress, okay? So this is not even topically relevant anymore. Or whatever this page is, it says Google. And, but most of the results here are actually at least loosely related to what is SERP analysis. So, maybe in this case, we give it a pass. It's 19 results. Obviously, many of these 19 results are not precisely an AllInTitle match, but they're at least topically relevant. If this was the extent of the problem, I think this wouldn't be as big an issue. But we're going to look at another example now. Let's look at why do buses come in threes. So once again, we do the AllInTitle search. Now we have 41 results. So if we just start glancing down, a lot of these are exact match. They're not even AllInTitle match. Why do buses come in threes? There's a book about it. There's mathematical theories about it and odds and whatnot. So it's not such a unusual topic. But we very quickly start finding things like this. Untitled. The word bus shows up in the description. Okay, I'm not sure that qualifies this page as a competing page. Is this really one of the competitor pages that I should worry about if I'm targeting this keyword here? Why do buses come in threes? Again, Google Scholar. How does this end up bubbling up and being returned by Google doing an AllInTitle search? And then we go completely into different topical areas. Cybersecurity Operations Center. How to make money with instructional videos. And it goes on. So if you glance over here at the right, you see the scroll bar. I'm not even halfway through the results. And they're all pretty bad. They don't get better. And so if we need to do an AllInTitle search and we want to get a fairly accurate results number here, what do we do here? Do we guesstimate that maybe the actual AllInTitle count is 20 or 18, 22? Do we just chop half of the results off, eyeball it, or do we count them, which is a terrible use of time? So no, of course. So let's look at another example. So the keyword we're going to look at here, presumably a much longer tail keyword, right? How to end a presentation and ask for questions. So here again, we do a search. It's telling us we have 28 AllInTitle results. And right from the very beginning, these are not actual AllInTitle matches. It seems that at least part of the issue is that Google, some overriding part of the algo logic is saying that Google has to give results. So if there's really 0 AllInTitle results for something, which I'm not so sure that's the case. It's obviously not the case here, right? Why do buses come in threes? They could return 20-something results and the searcher would be perfectly happy. They would all be AllInTitle and you're done. Now, is it possible that here, how to end a presentation and ask for questions, That could easily be the title of an article. I don't know that it is an actual title of an article, but something in Google's logic is forcing additional results to be returned. How to conclude a presentation. But okay, so far, if we just glance down, most of these are at least on target. So they're not actual all-in-title matches, but they match the intent. Until we get, once again, to about the 40 or 50% mark, then the results start falling apart. Untitled, design and promote. What foods lower blood pressure and cholesterol? Not really related to this keyword. And then they get a little even more sketchy here, right? You get stuff like this that you're not even sure what it is. It's a PDF, so whatever that means. So yeah, just glancing at these, you can see how the all-in title search operator it's broken, right? It sort of goes off the rails. And once again, if you're looking to do the keyword golden ratio and you need an accurate, or at least a fairly accurate, a roughly accurate results number, this can be a problem. Now, there is one other thing worth noting here. For completely unrelated reasons to all-in title or search operators, you may be aware that Google rewrites titles. So one idea worth considering when looking at this problem here is, well, are the titles that we see in the search engine results page the actual titles of the page? Because I believe that the all-in title search operator, and I believe that ranking in general, looks at the original page title. But then Google, in the last few years, has started to sometimes rewrite the title that it presents on the SERP. And it's rewriting for other reasons. I actually theorize what some of those reasons are on SERP Sonar, but different topic. The fact is, if you were doing an all-in title search and then you looked at the results, you might see a title and say, oh, that's not a match. But why don't we can just pick one at random. We'll go with this Indeed one here. So it says how to conclude a presentation, tips and examples. So it's not an all-in title match. Maybe the original title is. So if we just go and take a look at the page, how to conclude a presentation. So in this case, Google didn't rewrite the title. We can take another one here. How to end a presentation, 5 ways to end a presentation. Okay, so once again, Google didn't rewrite the title here. The original page title is also not an all-in title match. So it probably is happening from time to time that the original page title is an all-in title match, but Google is rewriting the title that shows up in the SERP. However, I'm not sure that statistically that's causing a widespread problem. Not a problem like this junk. This is, in this case, and in many cases, you can see in the wild, this is skewing the results number by a large amount, right? It's not adding 5% to this number, it's adding, 100% sometimes. Just one more example, just for kicks, okay? To really sort of make the point here. Here's this keyword, weight loss pills. Now, anyone that's done affiliate marketing for any amount of time will have gotten familiar with this niche and recognize it as an extremely competitive one. And this keyword in particular, no Google, I'm not a robot. This keyword in particular it's kind of like the no-fly zone of keywords. I mean, Keywords Everywhere puts the volume at like 201,000 searches a month. So it's an insanely high volume keyword. And it's a keyword that most people would have the good sense to just stay away from, right? You just sort of run screaming away from it. And what do we have here? So we're looking at 320 million results. When I actually did this search the other day, it was actually 2.25 billion results. So I don't know why the number of results that Google claims it has in its index would swing that wildly from one day to the next, but even at 320 million results, how many all-in-title results would you think we would get if there are 320 million original results? It's not going to be a small number, right? The all-in-title for weight loss pills should be a pretty big number. It shouldn't be 10, right? Now, if we look at some of the results here, I mean, most of them are at least topically relevant. Close. I mean, they're in the ballpark, right? But most of them are not even all-in-title matches. So not only is it a ridiculously small number of results, so it can't possibly be that small, but also, once again, most of these are not even all-in-title matches. So there's a problem here, right? We want an accurate, reliable all-in-title search. We don't have one. It's skewing the number of results, and the quality of the results that we get back is also poor. In the next video, I'm going to cover how SERP Sonar solves this problem. It gets much closer to a reliable, repeatable, all-in-title search count, and it also provides a whole bunch of other data that helps you identify truly competitive versus high opportunity type keyword situations. So I'll cover that in the next video. I'll use these same keywords. So we'll come back to these same keywords and look at what SERP Sonar recognizes as the quote-unquote true all-in-title. It's not true. There's no true in SEO. Everything's changing every single day. Google is always testing. Every morning you get up and do SEO, you're going to be dealing with a new landscape, right? They rewrite the map every day. But SERP Sonar helps you get much closer. So we'll talk about that in the next video, and I really appreciate your attention if you've come this far in the video. Please do give feedback, give me any questions, or let me know if you think I'm off on some of my assumptions or statements here. You can do it in the YouTube video comments, or you could come to serpsonar.com and use the contact form and just send me a message. So thanks again, and we'll see you on the next video.